What's the hardest thing about running a club?
I'd say the hardest thing that I witness with her is when people have accidents upstairs
Okay.
and they try things for the first time, and then accidents happen in the room, and they don't tell anybody, and then it's like a surprise. Oh yeah. I'd say that is the hardest thing that I've witnessed. What do you think? Or do you think that's what they were talking about?
I don't know what that's your view, but my view on this, it's the hardest thing about running Tempted is
Running.
she is part of us. So if I get a negative, it hurts.
Gotcha.
Right.
Because I eat, breathe, and sleep Tempted way more than John does, unfortunately. And it bothers him because it does.
But we're women. That's what we
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit
And
different.
I am
It's her
a
baby.
people pleaser. Yes, this is my baby. And but if I hear that one of our members isn't happy about something, I feel a personal attack
Right.
that I did something wrong,
I can see that.
that I failed.
Right.
So it hurts.
Yes.
I'm learning not to take it as personal. I'm learning how to step back and say, okay, this is something we can fix. It's not that big of a deal. But it drains me. Physically, emotionally,
Right.
drains
Right,
me.
because you've put all this energy into making this and to have a negative feedback.
Right.
Same thing with our Airbnb. We get 5-star all the time. And if I get negative feedback,
It just takes that one time.
Yep.
yeah.
And it crushes you. And you either get mad or you get upset.
Right.
Right.
Unfortunately, as they like to nickname me, the Dragon Lady, because I do get mad. And it shows, but like I said,
It comes from a place of being hurt or
Yeah.
emotional
Yes.
about your everything.
it's almost like we do so much, we offer so much, but it's still not enough. And like he was saying, the people who leave the messes and stuff, it hurts everybody. It doesn't just hurt me or the people who help clean or our staff,
Right.
because then it's like, okay, are we going to have to go to where you have to check in to the rooms?
Right.
That's not fair to everybody else.
And one of the things back in the beginning, you guys, when there is a problem, you do what you can to resolve it.
Correct.
So you guys realized at one point needles. Like some people are diabetic.
Correct.
Some people are, this isn't drug related. But it's a danger if you're leaving this stuff around.
Right.
And they shouldn't. But again, they're partying, whatever, something happens. So you guys come up with solutions all the time for the one-off instances where
Right.
somebody's doing something they shouldn't. And it's frustrating when you are not appreciated for the 50 billion things you did,
Right.
but that one thing that wasn't quite up to standards, somebody's upset with, and then you're dealing with that and going, it's the one thing I didn't get to this night.
Right.
So how did Halloween get here? How did Halloween get here? Because I don't even decorate my house. Ooh, my son's gonna kill me. I barely put up a hat. But you
go
this.
all out for
Ooh,
Halloween.
tell me.
It's my favorite.
Halloween is your favorite?
Yes. Yeah. Going back again to the Universal thing. So when we go to Universal, we always go when they have Halloween Horror Nights. So we go for the scare, the haunted houses.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. We do all of it. We like the spooky. I love Halloween. So
And it
yes.
shows.
Yeah, and this is nothing. What y'all are looking at right now is nothing.
Oh, yeah, we know.
This year we're doing it a little different because usually I do build-ups.
Right.
So this year I was so excited about
Throwing
doing
people off in different directions
Yes.
till the last
Yes.
day.
So we do the build up. Usually I make sure that the finalization is stuff that builds up each week. I just add new stuff.
Right.
This year it has been not that much. This year we threw the first 3 weeks just together because I didn't give it,
Right.
okay, this is, we like this.
Misdirection.
Yeah. So of course my entire staff is like, what the hell is she doing?
What's going
Why
wrong?
are we
Why-
coming back in and decorating every week? Why aren't we just building it up? No. So this year, our finale is going to be a psycho circus. So I'm
Ready,
turning
ready.
the main floor of this club into a huge circus
Oh my God.
with clowns and the red, white topper
Can I
tent.
tell you our costume? Can I?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
So this, we did not realize it was Psycho Circus until posted on the Tempted thing that Boo Bash, and then underneath it said Psycho Circus.
Uh-huh.
Right.
We had already had our costumes planned before.
Planned. So what is it? What are you going to
So
be?
I'm going to be like the spooky ringmaster.
And that had
They're going
happened
to match
before.
us because we're going to be ringleaders.
He's
right.
going to be the spooky. So maybe he can help. So he's going to be the spooky.
Spooky ringmaster.
And I'm going to be cotton candy.
She's going to be my
Because look at my hair.
She's
That's
gonna-
how it got there.
She's going to be my favorite fucking treat.
There you go.
His favorite
Absolutely.
fucking treat.
The Playmakers are going to be cotton candy.
Oh no! So he's
You
got
guys are in.
lots of freaking cotton.
Yes.
You guys
So
are in.
because I had the pink hair, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
can we do? I said I could be cotton candy.
The girls
And
are doing bubble braids
You guys
with
are on
colors.
staff for that night.
They're doing the bubble,
The
like
bubble
the bubble
braid, yeah.
braids.
So like,
But we had thought of that because I was like, all right, with my pink hair, what should I do this year?
Absolutely.
And we came
Y'all
up
are
with
gonna
it.
fit right in.
Right in. We're gonna look
absolutely.
like we work here.
Yes. But we have, I guess I can tell since we're not.
It's not going to
Yeah.
air until after.
So at 10 o'clock, the lights are going to go down. Everybody's going to be like, what the hell's going on? We've got special music going to be played. We've got a
Yeah.
burlesque show that's going to come out and perform.
Awesome. We won't tell anybody.
It'll be a good one.
Because we're doing the event for our podcast. So the next day we're doing a whole episode about the event.
The
So this
experience
helps.
and the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
The thing that's really unique, just like what you said, and just us watching your excitement, is whenever the members can be a part
Right.
of the show or feel a part of the whole environment. That is huge.
Right.
Huge,
Right.
right? That's another one of those elements of giving that energy and that drive and everything else. And we love seeing everybody coming in and participating in that way. And it's awesome because you get to see everybody's rendering of exactly how they would participate in that world
Right.
of the
Right.
Psycho Circus, pulling it in the LS way, making
Yep.
it all kinky and bringing it up. You're going to be a tasty snack, and then Master Nick coming over as a ringleader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love the attention to details. So some people don't see it. Other people are like, oh my God, did you see this or that? I think it's the smaller details that makes the whole
Easter
thing.
eggs.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The Easter eggs makes a
Yeah.
bigger impact.
Well, we're going to have stuff hanging from the ceiling. I mean, of course, we always have stuff hanging from the ceiling, but
Right.
we're going to have some more stuff.
You're going towards
right.
the whole.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
we-
want people to leave here and go, oh my God, that was fucking awesome.
Yep. And we're
Yeah.
going to be in VIP that night. So
Yeah.
You'll have perfect view.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. Okay, so I think we've talked about a lot of it. Now, give us one memory or something that you think or remember about me and Master Nick. Something.
There's so many. And
I
then
think I know what John's thinking right now.
so many.
That was his birthday present
Yeah.
that night.
that one's hard to top. That one definitely is over the top. Amazing.
So if we're going there, you two have just amazed us. Like, we've always talked about you all. We've always felt an attraction. But you never know because you all are the BDSM. We're
Right.
more of the swinger.
Right.
And they don't cross paths that much. They might intermingle a little bit, but you don't know where. So for us, the anniversary and the birthday, a little bit more has happened. And it's like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
This,
Love
this
it.
is more than
we've
what we thought.
talked
And
about
hey, this
wanting
is okay.
to cross over, and it's been just there's always something. There's something going on. So again, the reason I create my games is because it gives you opportunities to do
Absolutely.
more
Yes.
with other
Right.
people, and we find both of you guys attractive. So
Aw,
we are.
We feel the
We
same.
feel the same.
Right.
Well, I won't lie to you. You all, this is going to sound horrible, but we've kind of took you off our list because we were told, because you always
respect.
investigate.
We don't
We
play.
respect.
Right.
You know we don't.
Right.
We don't play.
So it's always been, all right, we'll keep them,
yeah.
hands.
Right.
We can be flirty, yada, yada. And I won't say who, but someone had witnessed some stuff that the four of us had done, and they were like, we don't know what you've done to them. They don't do that. And I'm like,
don't.
we didn't know either, but we sure do enjoy it.
Right. Well, even when we found out about Club Tempted, it was from a friend of Lady D's, And she was telling her about it because we were into BDSM, and it was a lifestyle club. So although, I mean, we've done the hot wife fantasy, none of that worked out. It was just a big flop and a big fail every damn time. We came here wanting a place to where we can dress up and go out, where we could meet like-minded people,
All of which we've done.
Keep
Keep going.
Before coming here, we would go 2 to 3 times to a bar, and we would listen to live music. That was our entertainment. What the first weekend that we came here, we was blown away because although we went many, many months to this bar, we only talked to like 1 or 2 people. We got to know the bouncers. We got to know the bartenders. We did not know the people.
Years.
And to come here on our first weekend and to have so many people come up and say, "Oh my God, I love your hair. Oh, I love that outfit. Oh, you smell good."
Oh, yeah.
So, but we came here not as swingers, but we came here with the agreement that if the right people came along and the right mood and all this kind of stuff, we didn't come here looking for people to have sex with. We came here to have like-minded friends.
Right.
And we have met a few couples that we have went further with. Again, somebody brand new walks in, we can hang out with them, we can laugh, we can flirt, we can have fun. We're not going to have sex that night.
Right.
It's going to come up to a certain point and stop. It's only when we get to know you personality-wise, and all of that before we start taking that extra step. So that's just how we are. We're not going to, we came in saying we're never going to do anything with anybody, but we've said it's going to be an agreed,
I don't. I'm
Process.
not about. There's a lot of people that it's sex, and that is. I am good with that. I am just not as comfortable with my body, my age. That's one of the things that I've had to deal with, which sounds so stupid, but when you're in a swinger environment, I don't want it to seem like I'm creepy onto somebody that may, so I'm very conscientious of certain things just because of these. So it's hard. We connect with a lot of people, but there's a limited few that I want to strip naked and do.
Right.
You guys would fall under those limited few.
It's funny that you say that because, let's be honest, there are people who are in the lifestyle or swingers that literally are just collecting notches.
yes.
John and I are not those people. We're not. I can ask you, how many times have you actually seen us engaged with sex here? It's very rare.
Yeah.
Right.
We're very picky.
Right. And you guys have a group of friends that you're already friends with,
Yes.
right? And
Yep.
those people tend to, you guys travel with them
Right.
and do different things.
Right.
So that,
And we're not having sex with them.
Not all the time.
It's just people that we're comfortable with.
Right.
So, if it's somebody that we do, like what the 4 of us did, we've chosen you all. We've
Right.
agreed these are people that, yes, we want to move forward with.
Right.
But you will not see us with anybody that we've not got to know personally,
Right.
that we're doing anything with, kissing, touching, any of that stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
again, it was a shock to us that we were able to do what we did because we're like, oh, we could put them back on there. It may not be a full swap, but the play,
Right.
whatever happens is we will take
yeah, that
whatever's
was-
given
that was
us.
fun.
Right.
That's what I was. You said the one thing that I would probably put on my list, but actually, it was the fact of getting to finally look into your toolbox, for lack of better words.
Oh yeah.
Ba-dum-ching. But anyways, and being able to experience those that night.
It's like
that
you were
was-
bringing in your Hot Wheels. You
I
want to
was
play
like,
with your Hot Wheels?
This is awesome, because the energy that came from your Valamwan was amazing. And then the wheels and different things that they brought out and everything else. I was a kid in heaven. I was like,
oh, it was
This
so
is
much
amazing.
fun
Yes.
to play with you with all of the implements. It was
Right.
so much fun that night.
I'm a pain enthusiast, and that's what I told her. I said, did you feel, because everybody else who's more experienced with it, they would put more pressure, where Tonya's still a little bit more timid with her touch. So
Correct.
I would grab her and I would push into her and pull her into me at the same time, and I could still feel her leaving back. But I'm
Right.
like, no, you need to,
Right.
need to go for it. I'm okay here. I'm okay here.
Well-
this
Right.
is edging in there.
Anytime you have another free moment and want it, all you got to do is say the word, and we'll be there.
Word,
Oh,
word, word.
Well, except for tonight, I did not pack it with me tonight.
We could have done the extended show.
Yeah.
Upstairs in the dungeon.
But even going back to your anniversary, I think we mentioned it, but we had that weekend planned to do nothing. That was our one weekend for that
The
for,
whole
for,
month.
for the whole month, and even before a few weekends before that, we was like, we're not doing nothing. We're staying home. We're chilling. We're relaxing.
We're going to take the pool down.
And then you had sent the message about it, and instantly we both at the same time said,
We're going.
We can't say no.
Yes.
We
Gotta get a babysitter."
We have to go to this because I mean you're always here, you're always working, and wherever you go, pool parties, any of that stuff. I mean, everybody wants your attention. Everybody wants to talk to you. And I know after that pool party, he was like, dude, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk. I'm like, I get it. I didn't bother me one bit, knowing that we was invited. We was there. You all was there. Just, a few brief talks back and forth, whatever. I was perfectly good with it. But then whenever we got the invite to come to the anniversary, we was like, okay, this is our one chance
This is
to
the
And
actually
look
get the
what
hang-
happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny that you bring that up because we literally, who we wanted to be in there.
Right.
We wanted to have a good time, and we wanted to talk to the people that we don't ever get to have the time to talk
Change it
to.
up
Right.
just a little
And
bit.
it's people who say,
A good vibe, good
yes,
energy.
yes, where everything works well, but never have that one-on-one because
Right.
Right.
here we'll have conversation, but there's 30, 40 people standing around having conversations. So
Right.
you really can't get involved more than just basic,
Yep.
hi, bye, how's your week, that kind of stuff.
We've always felt very welcomed with you guys.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing is it doesn't matter what's going on. We always feel like when we come up, you guys are amazing in that you focus on me, even if it's only until the next interruption comes up. You will focus on me. You make us feel like we're a part of your group. The fact that you put our Dom life up. I mean, these are things that clubs. I mean, it's not the norm,
Right.
and you guys are amazing.
You all are always running around, but there's always that one time through the night you make us feel important.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's great. So
So we cannot wait.
if you come to Club Tempted and you don't get that feeling, I'm sorry, but
We're special.
Come sit down at the bar.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yes, yes.
So what's next now? I know we've got the event. I can't wait for that and that, but this is going to be airing off of this. There's some construction you said or plans. It's already in the works
Yes.
for expansion. Do you have the rooms already planned in generally?
Oh, yeah.
yes and no.
We have ideas and concepts. But
Yes.
again, I want you to think about this, right? I know everybody in the world says, ooh, I would have this playroom or I would have that playroom.
right.
But you have to think of it, and don't hold this against me, but think of it as a commercial application. Different things that you have to build up with have to take a literal pounding from people nonstop.
Well, there was a
Friday
broken
afternoon to Sunday morning.
There was a broken massage table that got broken. I mean, people it happens.
Right.
You name it.
One of the you name it.
Yes.
It's been broken here.
yes.
If any of the other companies out in the world ever said, let's test our equipment,
Bring
all
it
they
here.
need to do is bring
Here.
it bring it to a club or something else like that, because that puts it through the ringers.
Yes.
It can get the commercial stamp of swinger approval. right
I
there.
mean, our swing, that is our third or fourth.
That's the fourth one. That's the fourth one, but that one is actually reinforced and made by
For
one of the
Tempted.
members for Tempted.
Oh.
And he went out of his way on that. That is a beautiful piece up there.
Right.
Nice.
I
We
didn't
have-
know that.
Yeah, we've broken several.
Handmade. That is 100% handmade.
All right.
But,
Nice to know.
Not only will we have the addition of more playrooms, and we're also doing more VIP areas.
Okay.
We are also building a hotel.
well, and the
Right.
hotel, where is is that going to be?
That building right
It
next
is
door.
that building. I thought so. And I think we talked about it at some point, like back when. So tell me. You guys are building a hotel.
Yeah.
So-
it'll have like, I think, what did we do? 12 rooms?
10 to 12 rooms. But
Yeah.
the biggest thing to think about is we're not necessarily a destination town for swingers, right? Not
Right.
like your Nashville, your Vegas, or anything else like that. But at certain times of the year, we are.
Right.
But then
Derby.
you watch
Louder Than
all
Life.
louder
Yeah.
than life, all those things like that, people coming through and everything else, and the local hotel rates and all this stuff are just out of this world, right? So
Right.
there needs to be areas around here that's more on the level as far as pricing is concerned, so that you can still participate in lifestyle events while that's going on, because
Right.
it's okay to mix both worlds and have a good time, you know. And
Right.
then outside of that, we have people who travel here, even though it's not a destination town. This has slowly become a destination club.
Yes.
And they are coming from all over the world. We have
Absolutely.
seen people come from Quebec, from Canada, from Ireland. You've got all walks. of
Literally come
all
from the
yeah,
airport to here
airport
with
to
their
here with
luggage.
their bags, and we'd put their bags somewhere for them to have a good night and everything.
Right.
And consensus across the board has been exactly what you all have heard, exactly what we have heard. Everybody says it's phenomenal.
It is.
It's exceptionally well, and they say we did not expect to find this in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right. right.
No.
How do you get new members in? How do you do that? I know that there's been takeovers, but what other stuff is done?
Well, we do. It's a lot of word of mouth because we are a private club.
Right.
And you have to go through the process to become a member. Other clubs you go to, you can literally open to the door. They're going to take your money. They'll let you in. So they let anybody in.
Right.
We
There's
don't-
an interview process
Yes.
here.
Yes. And not only that, we go a little deeper. We run everybody's license through the sexual predators list.
Nice.
So we do take it one step further for protection. And that actually helps get rid of a lot of people. A lot of people don't want you to have that access. If you don't let us have that access, you're not coming in the door, kind of thing.
You
Word of
work
mouth.
with other,
Yeah.
but you also work with other groups.
Yes.
Like you get to know
All
other.
around the world, yes. We
One of the big things to think about, just like with the Dom life and everything else, whenever you're trying to make a drive to put the word out there, the first place you start is right in your back door. Right
Right.
here at the club. You make everybody's first experience and everything else exactly what you want them to remember and think of as Tempted.
Right.
Right. And then whenever those folks go out and they're traveling to see other clubs and they're traveling to do this and traveling to do that, it naturally comes up in conversation. Oh, well, have you ever been here? Oh, well, then you should try it. And then people look it up. I can remember we took a trip to Desires, Riviera Maya, prior to the club opening up. And there was 16 couples that went, and we met a lot of great folks, a lot of Canadians. There was a bunch of great swingers from around the world there at that time.
Okay.
And we were celebrating the fact that we're doing this, and Scott and Tina are, hyping it up. Everybody's hyping it up, and we're conversing with everybody, having a great time. What was it? Like maybe just 3 months ago, we had people that we had met there who finally made it here, and they said, "Oh, you guys actually are doing great. This is awesome.
Right.
And it's beautiful." And they're in love with the place.
Right.
And they can't wait to come back. But, they just came in a passing through. I believe they might have lived in Washington. I don't remember where they lived at, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty far away. But it's things like that. And the main focus outside of just hitting any kind of social media platforms and everything else is making sure no matter how much you advertise, that you still keep it real every time they come. And
Right.
that's the biggest thing you can do.
we're
Right.
really not in it for the quantity.
Obviously.
That's why
You're not just opening your doors and say,
yeah,
come in, let
we
me.
want the quality people who want and love Tempted. Again, the word of mouth is best because you can advertise anywhere until someone says, "Yeah, I've been there.
Right.
It's a great place." You're not going to want to check it out.
Right.
Oh yeah, okay, it's a club in Louisville. Whoop-de-doo-dah. Well, what the hell's Louisville? It's a nowhere.
We're currently in 26 countries and 159 or
We're
something
like almost-
cities.
Yeah. We're a lot of cities.
So we're just going to get the word out there.
Well, we love it because you love it, so you can endorse something you love.
Right.
Same way with us having your stuff and
Right.
we telling people about the Dom life. We love it. We love the people. We're going to endorse it because we believe in it.
Right. Yeah,
So-
you've seen us up in the dungeon
Yeah.
taking care of different people, making sure that they're enjoying themselves and learning how to interact, BDSM.
Right.
And just the fact, like, for instance, when you all did your class,
That was exceptionally
God, that
well
was
done.
amazing.
Well done.
so amazing.
It was so much fun. It was so much work corralling these DOMs.
Yeah.
Corralling them up.
Around.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah, going back to that, so this podcast is BDSM. However, obviously, like here at Club Tempted, BDSM does mix and mingle really well with the
Yes,
swinger
it
society,
does.
swinger community.
It took it, I will say, and I think it had to do with the fact that we were learning. So now that we've learned some, in the beginning there was lack of respect for it, but I feel now that the members are starting to understand. The classes helped tremendously.
Right.
I think it's just going to keep growing.
Education,
Yes,
education, education.
absolutely, absolutely.
And you all try to do a Fetish Friday once a month.
Right.
And that is for more of the kink side, not just swingers, but kink side. I
Absolutely.
know there's been wax play, there's been impact, there's been electric wands, there's been rope
Yeah.
play here.
Shibari, absolutely.
Shibari. And then, like you mentioned, so we did the Dom's Dungeon, a submissive sanctuary
Yes.
with
it
the
was
4
so
Doms.
awesome.
Very
And
well.
Yes.
that was a great turnout for that night. Being on a Friday, had a huge turnout for that.
It was packed.
And
Yes.
It
then
was packed.
Swinger Society's doing their takeovers, and they're trying to do it. So we got roped in their first takeover. It was a surprise roped in, but we got involved with them one night, and then we done the last 2 nights, the last takeover they done, and now we're planning for the takeover in December. So we're really excited about that.
What's one thing that you enjoy about the takeovers, and what's one thing you don't enjoy about the takeovers?
What I enjoy, it's a double-edged sword here. I enjoy all the new faces that come that are their followers.
Right.
What I don't enjoy are all the new people.
All the,
Because they don't
because
have
they have no idea
how
they-
the club is run
Correct,
and all this stuff.
correct.
They're
And
coming in for an event from all over the world.
They could give care less. What
it's
our
not
rules
their
are.
home.
Correct.
It's not their home
Yeah,
place.
it's just like going to a motel.
right,
I'm gonna jump on the fucking bed.
right.
You know?
Yep.
It happens, and we deal with it. But the energy, the new energy that they
Yes.
bring in,
Oh, yeah.
far surpasses all the negativity.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
We love having them. I love watching because let's be honest, it is a younger crowd.
Yes.
So I love watching what they're doing to interact with each other. It's definitely different than what we did when we first got into the lifestyle, how we interacted. So it's interesting to do that. And then it also, I enjoy it because not that they take over the club per se, but they come in and they do the decorations. I'm able to step back a
Step
little
back.
bit
Right.
yeah.
and go, okay, we're going to let them handle that.
Right.
Yes, it's still my staff. Yes, we still have to do the food. Yes, we still have to clean up. But if anybody comes to me about anything, you need to go talk to
And that
Dan
means
and
you get to
Lacey.
enjoy it a little bit.
Yes.
Where, a lot of times in your events, you're so wrapped up in getting it all up, all ready, all done, that it's a much more personal thing than,
Right.
hey, I don't know. I'm just here as an attendee. I'm watching y'all,
Right.
you
Yep.
know.
rolling back to that whole thing where you previously, Nick, were just talking about the interview process, right? And then we're talking about the different groups coming in to do the takeovers and everything else, right? And one thing I like to take away from everything is make people understand it's not necessarily an interview process, but it's a way for Tonya and I to have at least a little bit of one-on-one time
That's
with you
great.
to make sure you're in it for the right reason.
Yeah, like
And-
when we're in McDonald's.
Yeah, and make sure you know who to come to, because one of the big, huge things here is that phone that Tonya carries is the phone number we give everybody. It goes straight to the top. There's no answering service. There's nobody with questionable ethics or anything else
Right.
on the other side of that phone. It is Tonya, and then if Tanya's busy, it's myself.
Right.
And it goes straight to the top. And we still try to do that whenever we have that influx of memberships coming through with the takeovers from the different groups and everything else. But unfortunately, it's such a strong tidal wave that it limits a little bit of that interaction time.
Right.
Right. And then people, unfortunately, always find a way to manipulate the system. So you're going to have folks that follow them that aren't really part of any part of our culture.
Right.
They're in here just to basically save money by not going out and doing this, doing that, whatever the case may be, however they're getting their rocks off. But they're in it for the wrong reasons. Now, how often have I actually seen that? Not much.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
very seldom. And would we experience that outside of their takeovers? Absolutely. I'd be naive if I said I didn't. It's
Right.
just it presents itself more because they are in the faces of a lot more people.
Right.
Right.
They're
And
more active in that social
I will
world.
say this: I appreciate the fact that the Swing Society, when they do takeovers, they respect our rules. And they respect the
Absolutely.
fact that we have to have everybody that goes through the interview.
Right.
Because some people will come through, they'll fill out their application, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm part of the Swing Society. I expect to be let in." Nope.
Right.
No, you're not.
You
You
did
still
not
gotta go
follow
through
the
You still have to go
process.
through the process. And I will not lie and say we don't turn people away, because we do.
Right.
Right.
We had a gentleman who made it all the way through the process, and I was getting ready to send him the email stating he was approved. And I said, "What is it that you are most looking forward to about Club Tempted?" His exact words: "All the free pussy I can get."
Tanya
Wow.
she was so reserved. I just saw her jaw just drop.
And I said, "Well, you won't be doing that at Tempted."
Yeah.
Right.
And that was it.
Excuse
Nothing
me?
rude.
Yeah, I
Nothing
was
rude.
like, nope.
Nope.
You are the type of person we do not want in the club.
Exactly.
Because you're looking at it. We're not a fuck club. You think we're a fuck club.
There's places to go for that.
Right.
There absolutely is places to go for that.
So just know, anybody who's listening, that everybody still goes through the process. Even when there's a takeover,
Right.
they have to have a membership with Tempted to come to the takeovers. They may just buy the weekend membership, and we may never see them again, or may see them just once
Right.
a year. Who knows? But everybody goes through that process. There was a brief moment, maybe a 2-week moment, to where we were just approving anybody, and then we saw what was brought in. And that
Like a
was-
case study. It was
Yeah.
off of a more stringent set of questions
Yeah.
that would provoke another set of questions if answered
and then it
a little bit
automatically
iffy.
approved you.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't
No.
like that system.
Right.
No.
AI did not work in that
Yeah.
instance.
Not at all. So we went back to what we're doing. Yes, it's time consuming, but it's worth it because that means we get quality.
Right. It guarantees more of the people that
Correct.
come in.
Correct.
And you want a certain clientele. This is not a fuck club. It's a place where you're meeting people and interacting with people and
Forming
having.
lifetime friendships.
Right.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So we are so thankful that you, A, have this club, B, are friends with us,
We love
and that
you
you're
all.
willing to do the interview with us.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you all very
Is
much.
there anything else you want to say to all the podcast listeners?
I cannot wait. If you have not had the chance to meet these two in person, you need to.
Oh,
and
yes.
you need to physically look at and get your hands upon the games, the different things that they do to provoke interactions and different things like that with everyone around them, and the energy that they have and their willingness to answer any questions all the time. It's 24/7. It is truly a breath of fresh air to see someone else put that much energy back into the community
Yes.
and back into something that you love. That's I've always respected you. I
Right.
have been so happy to promote anything that you all have done with the Dom Life because I see that genuine
Right.
character that just pushes 100%
Thank you.
in
We have
everything that he
connective
does.
souls here.
Yeah,
You all
it's
are
been awesome.
just like us.
It's been
Right.
awesome.
We greatly appreciate you all sitting down with us
Thank you.
and
Thank you for doing this.
getting to know you even more outside. Well, although we're in the club, we're kind of outside the club scene. And for our listeners, Club Tempted, Louisville, Kentucky, check them out. You are not going to find another club that has the elegance, the sexiness, and managers that care about their baby as much as you will here at Club Tempted with John and Tonya.
We also want to add size. Size matters, and the size here is nice and big.
Yes, it is awesome. All right. Thank you guys very much.
We thank you.
Coming up next week, we sat down with Snap Ginger, the expert rigger,
She was so knowledgeable.
and it was a great time with her. Check out this small clip, but come back next week for the full episode.
And so I had no interest in learning how to top. But my partner and I at the time were co-teaching rope classes in Louisville. And so he was teaching the how to do the ties, and I was teaching the bottoming parts of things. I was leading discussions, talking about safety, talking about anatomy and mechanics in rope and that sort of thing. But we had so many people showing up to classes that we really needed another set of hands that knew how to tie. So he said, "Hey, I need you to learn these ties." And I said, "No, thank you." And apparently that is not how power exchange works.
Nope, it does
Not at all.
Please follow, like, and share our podcast.
Make sure to visit thedomlife.com, where you can find pictures and other details about the Dom Life podcast. And through the Contact Us button, you can ask questions or provide recommendations for future episodes.
We want to explore your kink too.
Be sure to check out upcoming events to see where our adventures are taking us and our photo gallery to where we've been.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you had fun listening and learning with us.
Till next time, keep calm and remember your safe word.
Red, red, red.